How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. We hit 10K, which is cool. I've been kind of hoping for that for a while, which is cool. So thank y'all for that. I'm excited to watch this game. I'm just gonna tweet and etc. But yeah, AJ dybantsa versus. But yeah, I know AJ and Darren both went absolutely nuts in this game, so I am excited to do this one, which is gonna be good.
The NBA.
Here we go. So first possession to the crew. Yep. Here we go. Nico sealing inside against Felici, unable to finish that layup, and he'll stay with the crew.
Time to watch Michael Jordan. Yeah, I mean, yeah, at this point. Darryn Peterson is the level of prospect where people are like, I see shades of Kobe, and you know, I'm not like that's insane. I'm like, I kind of get it. He starts the game with a turnover.
Note that Winters Grady is out. That one down for the first bucket of this one. So Winters Grady,
can't imagine that negative play is going to continue for much longer.
Tried to give it a go today, but wasn't able to. Is with the team on the bench.
This is a great screen. I love it.
Did not make the trip. Also, Raytheon
awesome
Roberts,
screen.
who is with the team on the bench, tried to give it a go today,
no
but
one's defending him. AJ, let's see what AJ's gonna do. This is such a crazy. This is such an insane class. Like these guys are both absolutely ridiculous.
Here's my
Peterson, man. He's really trying to. I might have to have Peterson
the LSU commit
this season.
over to Nico, back to Mozzie. AJ, sit down defensively. AJ, I'm sorry, JJ. Should say Spurlock.
There's some other interesting guys. I like. I actually wrote. I interviewed and wrote a feature on number 5, Open at Kezi, and he's awesome. Really good dude. Cool guy, and I think a pretty interesting player in the class of 2027. But yeah, let's keep this going.
Kesey with that rebound, Junior. Peterson over to Nico. Nico, Spurlock driving baseline. Maniquit already looks. Maniquit.
Darren really has
the
crazy shades of whoever you want to give him shades of. Yeah.
AJ, that won't go. So another offensive rebound for Utah.
Number 1 on Utah prep. AJ.
For Utah.
Some good defense by Casey here. He just kind of sits down on defense, takes a bump right there. You can see he's really strong for his age too. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty strongly considering Peterson as the guy.
Mozzie pulling up for 3.
Yeah,
that won't go.
I'll say that.
Anthony Felici chases that rebound down.
But even if then, he'd be in like the same tier as Boozer for sure, I think.
Utah in need of a win here this evening.
And AJ too. Even if he's like a half tier down for me from those guys, he's still like in that group of just
working against Maniquit.
Really special high level prospects. It's a crazy group. And then Ament is ridiculous too. He's awesome. It's gonna have points.
Going against the number 2 player, Jackson
I think Arenas is pretty good.
The drive. Number 1 player going against the number 2
player.
More
good defense by Kezi. This is really impressive, like hip flip. Shout out Ben at Kezi.
Number 1 player going against the number 2.
Hop step, kind of stabs his foot forward, drops back. Impressive.
The drive, that won't go.
Impressive stuff.
And Peterson comes up with the loose ball. Into the front court, the Kansas commit.
Gonna do here.
Jackson Kiss. Sitting down defensively.
Am I Pete fan? Relative to consensus, I'm a little lower. I do think he's probably going to be an
Peterson
NBA
saying,
guy,
"I got
but I
Jackson
just
kiss."
question like the kind of undersized four-ish
down
shoot. I don't think he's a
defensively. Peterson saying, "I
standout
got
really at any one thing. Like the shooting is kind of shaky. Is a really impressive driver and has shown like the athletic defense in the past. I also just need to watch him more this year. It's been a while since I've watched him. I mean, it's been since last summer for
Peterson.
AU, so I don't have a crazy strong opinion yet on him. He's definitely a good player,
Peterson.
though, and I think he's
Yes.
probably going to be a lottery guy at least. I just don't know how high lottery.
Peterson.
Ooh, beautiful. I'm always curious about if AJ's screen navigation is just more about like effort
Peterson.
than ability, because like
Yes.
he is very poor guarding screens at this level. But I
That's a
feel
big
like there's
boy
just
play
no
right there,
reason
man.
he shouldn't be awesome at it.
Yeah, no wasted motion,
Given
like
his
you said,
tools and
coach,
the way
coming
he
off that
moves, but
pin down string. Man, quit.
which I tend to believe
Over
that's
the
what's
kiss,
gonna happen.
one
Nice
extra.
stunt and recover by Darryn. He blocked
Please.
that. Wow.
Man, quit.
Darryn is just so
Over the
impressive
kiss, one
defensively. Yeah,
It's gonna be
him being also like a generational guard defense prospect really puts it over the top for me. How cooked is Caleb
Anthony
Wilson's
Fletcher gonna
jumper? It's not great.
charged with that foul.
I think there's something there maybe
back
as
to
like
the
a
game
mid-range
advantage for
pull-up
that
shooter,
rebound.
which he definitely can do.
2 months ago,
I don't think it's like hopeless or anything, but
looking
I
at
would
this,
never. I wouldn't expect
Utah
him.
Prep 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
I wouldn't expect
you know
him to
who
be like
option one
a
was.
high
You
level
clearly knew
shooter at
who
any point,
option
probably.
2 was.
But I do like him. I think his defense is
You even
amazing.
had an idea of option 3. I don't know who option 2 and 3 are right now.
I don't think they do either.
Yeah, Darryn is sick.
And it's the same roster.
He really is one of like my favorite prospects now. Like it's just one
Mozzie.
of those guys who's just very different.
Same
Obviously.
roster. Mozzie.
Nice dribble handoff work by Kate.
Spurlock thought about the 3. 5 to go on the shot clock. Peterson. Well, has the
interesting, Darryn.
5 to go on the shot
Darryn
clock.
did this on like 20-something shots, which is crazy too.
Peterson.
Just going up to the rim.
Well, has he that won't go, and
Casey's on the boards. Good block. I don't know all these.
and then gives it up to JJ. Maniquid, that won't go. Peterson with the rebound, and he does all the little.
I'm gonna pull up rosters really quickly so I can stop being a fool. As prospects, Harper or Darryn? Oh, Darryn, I think easily. No, I mean I think Harper is. I don't think of Harper as like a generational prospect, to be honest. Like he's very good for sure. But I do think there's enough limitations with him. Whether it's his his burst or some of the shooting inconsistency that makes him just like doesn't. I mean, again, it's less about him though and more about Darryn just being like one of the best high school prospects I've ever seen. Like he's just a different level of incredible at basically everything you could want a guard to be good at. Yeah, it's pretty just unbelievable the way that he's done this. But yeah, one sec. I'm just pulling up stats. I just tweeted out. Anyways, back to the game.
Thanks, folks. So does AJ DeBoss.
I don't know who won this game, actually. I think Prolific run. I think Prolific.
So does AJ DeBoss. That's why they're number 1 and number 2.
Also, this court, beautiful. Oh my god.
Big shot there by
an awesome court and Darryn Peterson. Yeah, that guy is unbelievable. And it was an and 1-3 too. He is truly one of one, man.
I gotta check. Spurlock had the layup, so Peterson already with 9 here in this one. Peterson with 9 in this game already. With 9 in this game already.
I really like this from AJ. Quarterbacking off the ball right here. He sets in. He's calling for the ball right here. Then he's saying pass, pass, pass. Darryn is helping. Obviously, doesn't happen, but in the beginning, like a somehow decent-ish look. Don't convert, but cool to
Joel
see AJ Dybantsa
getting the block there.
communicating at a high
Spurlock
level like that on the
waiting
back
on his
line of
teammate.
defense. It's always a good thing to see young stars doing. I like Nico Bundalo too. Bundalo. I mean, that was his name exactly. These guys, AJ, Darren, they are all like hilarious foul grifters, and I say this nicely, like, it's so funny. These guys are both just like seasoned foul baiters, and it's awesome, and they both know it, so they like play around it. It's just a really cool matchup that we've gotten 2 or 3 AJ versus Darren matchups this year. They have done a really good job, I think, of getting these high-level matchups.
That's got to be all there,
this
yeah.
year. I was lucky enough to see AJ in person, and I would love to see Darren in person. Thoughts on Acuff? I also wasn't super high, but I know he's been really good recently, and I haven't watched any of his senior season stuff. I mean, his AAU tape, still was kind of the same to me. But I'm definitely open to him being better than I thought.
Backing it down.
If he's been really productive this year, I just haven't watched it. But
rebound
I
here
will
by
eventually
Peterson.
try to have an opinion on that.
13-6 our
I think
score.
Darren is honestly in that tier, if not like a tick below maybe at this point. Then Cade, I think Cade's the best prospect in the world for sure. Not Cade. I think Cooper's the best prospect in the world for sure. Like by like a decent margin. But otherwise, I think Darren is like a half tier below, if not in that tier. Same with Boozer, and then also great pass by Dybantsa. Don't want to overlook this. Just good basic. He's not like the most complex, dynamic on the move passer like Darren, but he can really just hit these awesome skip passes with his left hand. When defense by AJ
Rasmussen. That 3. 15-9 our score.
All right, we're gonna see the first double team of the game early in the at the end of the first quarter. But one of my things I really look for when it comes to star initiator prospects is how they handle pressure, and Peterson is normally amazing.
And it's gonna be a turnover.
So, yeah, Peterson is so good at handling pressure because of his handle and his change of speed and his general feel for the game. Let's see how he does in this game. Peterson coming off that ball.
Great crowd in here. People at the edge of their seat.
Darker all
Banquet into the front court here for Utah.
JJ Mandaquit. I do like Mandaquit.
AJ,
just catch it the elbow hole. Beautiful.
AJ,
he's just a crazy scorer. Oh shoot! Yes, I will turn the game audio off. My bad. Please tell me that when it happens. I apologize. Who do I think is the best NBA career of Carter, Asa, and Noah? Good question. I think Asangwe has the highest ceiling of those 3 just because his physical tools are so unbelievable. So probably him. Though I do honestly like Carter Bryant. I mean, I haven't formed like a super strong opinion on Bryant, but he has been really good lately. And just like the way he imposes his physical tools are very, very impressive for a freshman playing, But yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Carter. Peterson getting blocked there, but just kind of goes up. Good contest by Falesi. Gets it back. Puts it in. Just like the smoothest touch, man. The smoothest touch on his shot. How do I feel about Harper's pull-up shooting? 26% on non-rim twos and unsure mostly. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I tend to think it'll be fine. I don't think it's like elite or anything, but I just think with the level of driver that Harper's going to be, it doesn't have to be elite. I do agree with you. The lack of long mid stuff isn't great. I think it's just because he turns so many of those opportunities into shots at the rim as well as kind of impacting that. But no, I do agree with you that like the touch indicators have never been amazing, but I just trust the guys with that kind of pull up volume to figure it out, especially we're so good at everything else. But yeah, I mean, that's part of why I don't think Dybantsa is like a generational guy, or not Dybantsa, Harper, because like Peterson is a ridiculous shooter. Peterson, he's just all right. I'm just gonna run straight. They try to switch this, which is again just good action by Prolific, right? Just getting a smaller defender on Peterson, letting him go to work. Really nice seal here by number 30. Great job sealing off the big and letting Peterson just hang in the air and finish. He is a ridiculous athlete. Yeah, this guy's a monster. Oh boy, AJ. Yeah, you really can't give AJ dybantsa a free baseline. Like, he is one of the most explosive 6'9", 6'10" guys I've ever seen. It is truly, I think I agree with that order, AA. I do think I agree with that. But yeah, shout out number 1, Gabe Neesmith, for taking the assignment on dybantsa. I think he's a sophomore. No easy assignment for anyone, let alone a sophomore. So interested to see how he continues to handle that, because I think he's a pretty interesting prospect too. Oh, they're gonna foul though. Mandaquid is also nice. He's gonna be a good college point guard, I think. Yo, what's up, Damon? How's it going? Okay, the hedge here. Wait, is Xavier Staten on Utah Prep? I did not know Xavier Staten was on Utah Prep. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. This is a guy who I watched a bunch of this summer, and he's moving all around the floor. He plays on the Puma circuit, who I do some scouting work for, and I was at a couple of his events this summer, and I think most recently the one in Phoenix, or it's just like a big, just like an AU tournament. But yeah, he was interesting there. KD get 30K. Yeah, that was a fun game. I do enjoy the Suns making that game more fun than it would have been otherwise. But yeah, look at Darryn, just Staten. But yeah, Staten's an interesting prospect. Just really impressive physically. Good change of pace by Darryn here. Just heads up. Look at how quickly he accelerates. Unbelievable. But good job by Staten covering space as well. He's a pretty good player, honestly. Good shot there. Good drive. And some movement mid-range. Like, he's just such a crisp shooter. So, oh my goodness. I definitely would not take McCain or Jace over Harper. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Harper's still like really high level just because of how incredible the driving and advantage creation is. Here at the Lillard camp. Yeah, he was amazing at that. I don't know. I think Peterson's probably like 6'5", 6'6"-ish, I would probably guess. Definitely a plus wingspan. Yeah, probably like 6'5", 6'6", and Peterson. It's just this is like the change of pace is freaky. And again, it like, I don't know. I just don't really know what to think of AJ's screen defense. I'm pretty sure their scheme is just to switch this with Staten. But yeah. Anyways, Darryn just so in command of like pace and speed, and the touch is beyond special. Like, he is one of one, absolutely one of one. Man, the quit. Good contest by Kezi. Just a good shot though. Oh, Staten played for BTI on the Puma circuit, which is also Nick Kamania's team, who's another really great prospect in the high school class of 2025. Plays for Hard Westlake. I believe he's committed to Duke, I think. Yeah, I think he's going to play at Duke, and he's an awesome player. He's one of my favorite players in the country for sure. Good tip in right there. Oh my God. I think Harper Joe. That's ridiculous. That's so stupid. That's they're talking after that too. Oh my goodness. Thank you for not showing that play. Wonderful. All right, now AJ is locked in. There we go. See, like again, AJ will get over every screen when he wants to. Like, come on. Clearly, Darryn talked to him, and now AJ is the most locked in I've seen him this game on defense. That's funny. That's good though. Step back, KZ. Deep three. Not even close. Okay. Okay, this might be what is going on here. Oh my god, he's so. This is genuinely unfair. Like, nobody has like this kind of burst. Like, look at this explosion. There. Oh my god. Hangs in the air. This guy is so ridiculous. I don't know how the Raptors. I think the Raptors are going to win too many games to get Dylan Harper. AJ just going to work. Look, this is obviously mostly a Darryn Peter. I mean, not mostly. Like Peterson had the higher stat line, but dybantsa obviously has done some great things, and I'm sure he's going to keep doing great things in this game. It's a retail line right there. Peterson's pace and touch all time. Oh man, that's honestly. I think touch-wise, he's not close to. I think Luka's still like pretty decently ahead touch-wise, but pace-wise, I think you can make that argument with the way that he's playing. Yeah, I mean he's just so high up there. Has there ever been a high school guard as good as Peterson? Not since I've been scouting high school prospects, which is since like I think like Anthony Edwards' class, like what was that 2019 high school class was the first one that I like really actually scouted. And definitely not since then. I mean, Cade is the best one, and Peterson is undoubtedly better than Cade, I think, which says a lot because Cade is incredible and was an incredible prospect, but he's not there in Peterson. Raptors got Scotty's number 2 in BI, and I'm sure Dylan Harper's number 3 in BI. That would be ideal. That would be really, really nice for them. I would really think that's a good move. But yeah, I don't know. The Raptors are just gonna be too good. I can see the Raptors making the 8 seed. Honestly, I really like Darko. I think Ryakovic is a really good coach and is kind of gonna do also beautiful deceleration by AJ. Look at that hesitation, but like long steps, slows down. You can see him looking to the corner right there, looking to pass. Just makes a great play right there. AJ, I don't know. He's definitely getting rid of a lot of passing concerns I have of him throughout the season, which is making me more kind of like optimistic in him as a potential like top real like number 1 contender in this draft because of how highly I think of Boozer and Peterson, right? But yeah, dybantsa, man. 3 just like this draft is going to be. I don't even know, man. I can't wait. They're just going to go in. But this is the acceleration again. Look, he starts right here. 1 step. AJ is forced to like try so hard to get back into play, and then the flexibility here to just bend his torso, create that angle to the rim. AJ's got a foul. Like he is an unbelievable offensive advantage creator. Like it is so crazy. Nice drive. It's a blocker. Again, you can see how low dybantsa can get. We talked about that with Peterson, but dybantsa, man, he can also just get so low, generate so much leverage with his force and with his explosion. Like he is just. Shout out to Grind Session for the tape. I'm watching this on YouTube, by the way, so you all can get this as well if you want to see it for yourself without my face in the way. But anyways, pull up 3, dybantsa, pure. Like his pull-up shooting is awesome too. I mean, I don't think he's as good of a shooter as Darryn, but the fact that he's like a lot taller than Darryn also helps him a lot as a shooter too. Peterson. Just beautiful work here. Screener comes, they're playing him, they're icing him to the sideline. Peterson just kind of shoves away the drop big. These two, keeps his dribble alive, gets back into the lane, skips it to the corner where he sees his defender's not paying attention, and that creates a drive. Like he is, again, seeing the floor so well, but also like whoever asked about pace, right? This is like the just masterful control of pace that we have been accustomed to with Darryn Peterson, but just like, man, he's ridiculous. Falesi? I do like Falesi. I think he's hit a couple shots in this game. AJ left move. It's just unbelievable. I mean, like the ability at that size to sprint off of movement so fluidly, kind of contort a little bit in the air to kind of try the shot. I tried like an almost exact shot in my pickup in my rec league game last night where I came off of a handoff or a pin down or something and shot moving to my left as a right-handed shooter, and I bricked it badly because I'm not that great at shooting. But anyways, dybantsa advantage creation a little lower, Jalen Williams ceiling. Yeah, I think that's definitely fair. I also think he's a guy who's probably not done growing, or just not the most accurate pass, but a great read there. I don't think actually maybe he could have fit it into a Kezi. No, I think that was fine. What was I saying? But yeah, Williams, I just think the fact that he's already changed so much athletically throughout his career, and then he's still very young. Look at AJ locking up at the point of attack, but good spin move too. I really like Bundalo, just like another tall, fluid guy who's like really physical and aggressive and can score well on drives. I think he's going to be an interesting guy. I don't know. I haven't scouted him as intensely as dybantsa, obviously, or Peterson, but I do think he's pretty talented. I've always liked his stuff. Good pass there by dybantsa. Got himself into a bit of a tough spot there, but is able to find an out. Kick to the corner. Peterson. Again, just little stuff like this, like the way he can explode, accelerate, change speeds. And yeah, like AJ does a good job defending that, but he's always trying to put pressure on the defense and make them think and make them work. Like seeing so many doubles. Yeah, just simple kick right there. That's the right play. But yeah, I think J-Dub could definitely continue to change in ways athletically that help his advantage creation or continue to improve at stuff like his just post game in general, like interior strength creation, craft stuff. So I don't know. I think he could do it. Scotty Glue guy. This has been an awesome first half. This has been so much fun. And Peterson steals the ball because he's just decided that he's going to be fucking Gary Payton on defense this year. I don't know. Travel. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What do we say about Peterson? Look at this. Wait, what was that? Or did he lose the ball or is it on purpose? Look how far he throws the ball. Why did he? It's so awesome. Look at this is the dribble, right? This is the first dribble. And this is the second dribble. What the fuck? That's awesome. That is amazing. I absolutely love that. That's sick. And of course, he draws a foul. Kiss. Good defense by KZ. Good help by Peterson, but really good just walling up. He's so fluid. Like, looks like a true like 6'11", maybe 7 feet tall, and really, really fluid. KZ is. I'm going to turn over here. Peterson goes for the split. Just a little too tight. Good play by the defense, and dybantsa obviously going to finish that one on the run out. He's such a freaky athlete. Getting to watch Dybansa's athleticism in person was honestly crazy. Like he's just unbelievable with the way that he can explode and like how big he is in person and how fluidly he moves. Like it really is just crazy to watch a guy like that at work. And obviously it's like not a surprise or anything. This is exactly the player we see on tape. We start with a bit of a contested midi. AJ does fancy him some of those. Would I ever do a video on like an all-time small guard prospect? I have considered I have considered doing a prospect Chris Paul video, but I haven't. I definitely would do that. I've thought about that before, and I would like to at some point. Yes. I did like Westbrook, but he's not like an all-time point guard prospect. He just was really good. Yeah, no, I could definitely make that happen. Did I watch Castle against the Wizards or Hornets? I have not watched those yet. No, but I know he went crazy, which is cool. I still feel the same about him on my projection. Like I think he's going to be very good, as I've said for the whole time, but I still don't see the ceiling with him, just given the scoring. But it definitely has been better, and I think he, like as I said, I think he can be a very, very good player. I just don't see him as like a legit star. Yeah, he really does move like Rob Dillingham at times. Yeah, it's crazy. Another hard double on Peterson, as they're just gonna do. Good experience for all of his teammates, though. I think that's an underrated thing for Peterson's teammates. Is like most of these guys, just the nature of the way it is. Also, oh my god, this is a laser. I don't care. I love it. This is a great play by Falesi, held from the corner. Shout out to Anthony Falesi. He's a good player. But that's just a great read as well from Peterson, even though it doesn't get through. But majority of high school players, right, at the best, are going to be like complimentary guys in the league, or a lot of them in college as well, or they're going to be playing with other high-level talents, right? So for guys like Akezzi and Jackson Kiss and Falesi and Mandequit, like it's just so good for them to learn like how to play next to a high-level initiator who demands a lot of gravity, and like how to play off them, how to play in advantage situations. I think it's just really cool. It must be really cool to play with a guy like that. Peters, Dybantsa, nice little pass. Mandequit. I do like Mandequit. Definitely like just probably like hair in my mouth, like small guard limitations, but he's a good player. He can really play. There we go. Good screen denial initially by Dybantsa, but just looks like he just loses sight of, or goes for the ball and then loses sight of Peterson, and then Peterson just actually missed the shot. That's a good job by Dybantsa. Good recovery by Kiss there. Good job by Dybantsa. I mean, you can see the defensive potential for Dybantsa is so clear. It's like, even if maybe his ceiling isn't as high as Peterson, just because Peterson's already like showcased that just godly defensive feel and instinct that's insanely hard to teach. Like just because of the tools, I think, especially on the ball, Dybantsa can become a really, really ridiculous defender. Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen some of the driving stuff. I think that is definitely his path if he is going to be a star. Like just continuing to like get super strong, draw a ton of fouls. Definitely just want to see him continue to finish more, but very, very, very interested to see him. And I'm not surprised that he's like competing, that he's like a legit contributor on a fairly good team. Not Darren's best shot right there. I mean, this is what he did last year as a freshman, right? He was a big contributor on the title winning team, and I think that matters for prospects, and it definitely has helped him. But yeah, Castle is cool. I think he is. I would guess he's going to win Rookie of the Year. As of now, I mean, he'd certainly be in the case, like in the top 3 or 4 of my Rookie of the Year choices. I'd have to think about it, but I'd probably have Jalen Wells, which is a crazy thing to say, but Wells is amazing. And shout out Khalil Ware too. If Ware keeps playing like he is, he's gonna have a chance to get into that Rookie of the Year race. Peterson just hanging in the air, passing to the corner. knocks down a three. Beautiful. Christian Brown scouting video. That could be cool. I think Brown is probably a little better than I thought he was going to be. I figured he could be a good complementary wing, but I do think he's just a little more versatile on offense than I gave him credit for. But yeah, Brown is good. He was a pretty solid prospect too. I mean, I think he was like an easy, like mid-late first type. And I think he's hitting the outcome that Denver has hoped that he would. Yeah, he's a really cool player. Another look at that. Maybe foul there, but really good late contest by Darryn Peterson. Yeah, good late contest there. And is that Falesi on the board? That's my guy, man. He's having an awesome day. There's so many like energy, effort, plays, rebounds, defense. Okay, I like this from Prolific, just because obviously they're just spamming pick and roll, so they're going to go quick little hitch with a pin down to Peterson running second side stuff with a Kesey, draws two defenders, passes to the roll, easy dunk. Like that's pro style action right there, and we see Peterson reacting to pressure, and shout out to the big man for converting the play, of course. That's an important component. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love this. Just go for it. Why not? He saw DeMar DeRozan do the step through. Actually, I think this game was before that game, maybe. He saw DeMar DeRozan. Another decent solid drive by Falesi. He saw DeMar hit the step through, and he said, "I have to try that out." Look at how low he gets. I mean, this is just unbelievable flexibility for a 6'10" guy. Like he is legitimately parallel with the ground. That is crazy. I think they get it with an off arm here, or travel. Okay, travel. But like, oh my God, that explosion is unbelievable. I don't see what Dylan Jones. Trust the process. Trust the process. He'll be fine. He's adjusted to such a new role from what he's done compared to most rookies, and he was definitely better at the start of the season. And I don't think we should just like throw that good stint of play away. I trust him to figure it out. Obviously, there's a chance he doesn't, just like every prospect, but I do think he's got a shot. I don't think it's like a negative thing to not be a rotation player on the best team in the league. Though I do definitely know it's been a struggle, especially on offense. Like the shooting really needs to come around. I trust the feel, honestly, is the main thing. And just like I trust Darryn Peterson he calls up his man. They switch out, this is pretty much a switch with a double, basically, or at least he's showing at the ball. But Peterson, yep, there's your driving lane, and Peterson is going to take it and score. Like the way that he can exploit even like little bits of space, and do wish we saw an attempt from dybantsa here. Could he have gotten the block? I mean, he could have. I don't know. It also wasn't really his assignment, but are Rutgers batters Queen good? Yes. I don't necessarily think Rutgers is. I don't know. I mean, outside of Harper and dybantsa, also AJ just. Oh my God. Outside of Harper and dybantsa, not Harper and dybantsa. That would be. Oh my God. Outside of Harper and Ace, they're just not that great of a team in general. And Harper, I do think is legitimately one of the best players in the country when he's been healthy. And Peterson, instant advantage creation. The burst is God, but he's been awesome. But Ace, like as good as he is, I think is still not like a consistently impactful player. He has some games where he is and where he plays like a star, but he has other games where he, doesn't do much in terms of overall like net positive impact on the game. Look at Darryn flying it. But Queen is legitimately really good, I think. I think Queen's just a ridiculous physical talent, so skilled. I believe in the passing, even if he makes some questionable. Like, did he get that? I think he got that. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm really curious about Topic as well. I'm a huge fan of his, and I really hope that things work out for him. He's just a really good player. He's splitting that, isn't he? I'm calling it. I'm calling he goes this way. Let's go. I called that. This is my Tony Romo moment. But yeah, I mean, you can see this pretty clearly before. Like, basically, Bundalo is sealing dybantsa. I didn't want that arrow. Is sealing dybantsa off, which allows for Peterson just like to easily snake into the middle right there. And yep, easy. And of course, with the speed and control he can do that at, like he can exploit that space. But how many millions is Reed costing Jace Richardson? Shouldn't cause him any. The success or failure of a prospect in the first half of their rookie season should never mean anything for any other prospect. And it doesn't, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Jason Reed are similar level prospects. I don't have like a strong take on who I think is better, but Bundalo. This has been such a fun game, as I expected, but yeah, this game is awesome. Yeah, I still have my questions with Jace, but like he, I think, is more physically impressive and, you know, has that advantage where I always kind of worried about Reed's size in a way that I don't think I do with Jace as much. But I still think Reed's going to be fine. Like I'm not worried about Reed. I also wasn't as high on Reed as a lot of people. I was still like relatively high on him, but I wasn't super high on him. But like he's going to be fine. I'm not worried. Not yet, at least. Good job by dybantsa, by the way. The movement shooting at his size. 26 draft class looking better? Yes, absolutely. If just because of the top. I think 2025 has one like legitimately generational special guy in flag, and 2026 has three with Peterson, Boozer, dybantsa, in whatever order you want them. I think 2025 is like a bit deeper out to like the 20-ish range. But like the top 5 or 6 in 2026 is going to be all time. Like it's going to be Pochemski, also another guy who I think people are way too worried about, and who has like been playing absolutely fine basketball over like ever since he came back from injury. I just think people's expectations got too high. He's fine. He's going to be good. Sophomore slumps happen. Like, I don't know. I just think people are way too impatient with players, especially guards. Yeah, Reed does not look like an NBA guy right now. I definitely agree with that. He had the pretty good game against the Nets, though. His defense is definitely NBA quality, which is kind of surprising. Not that surprising. Like that he still gets exploited, but his hands are just incredible. But his offense is what's totally kept him outside of like the real conversation for being a rotation guy, which is honestly like kind of, I definitely expected him to struggle, but also a great pass by Peterson, but not in the ways that he has, just because like I didn't expect him to be as gun shy as he is. Good backdoor by dybantsa. All right, on to the fourth quarter. This is going to be good. I am sure this is going to be. Oh, I thought Peterson, honestly, dybantsa to an extent, but Peterson for sure is one of those guys who I just expect everything they shoot to go in. Good D by dybantsa. Good forced turnover run there. This is a special matchup, man. We're really watching greatness, and I am appreciating greatness right now. Was prospect Mark Will a better defender than prospect Malawash? Not even close. No. I mean, maybe like in terms of impact, you could argue, but no, Malawash, I just think totally different level of mobility, which really changed the equation. Even pre-injuries, Mark Williams wasn't that mobile of a guy. and just doesn't have the kind of fluidity and agility that Malawash has to be a real like mobile center. While Malawash is probably a more like explosive as well, he's just maybe a little shorter because everyone is shorter than Mark Williams. But no, I think Malawash just maybe a lower floor, but like we've seen the floor with Williams, unfortunately, which sucks. I mean, it's not his fault. Also, Peterson lefty floater. It wouldn't be a Peterson game without a lefty floater from the edge of the paint. Oh my God. Who do I think is the most likely to round out the 4 to 6 for 26? Definitely. I think my two locks, I mean, as much as you can have a lock this far out, is Nate Ament and Jaden Quaintance. I think those two are for sure. And then at this point, I don't know. I'd probably say Elijah Arenas, but maybe Caleb Wilson, maybe Koa Pete. Like, I'm not super sure yet. If I had to bet on where Demon lands on draft night, the Fields, I think he's going to land in Brooklyn. I don't know why. I just feel good about him landing in Brooklyn. I can just see, and I guess he's going to go higher. Like, he's probably going to go higher than I think he will. OKC would make sense. I could also see like a Golden. Actually, no, Golden State. I don't know. I feel like Brooklyn's going to happen. I don't worry about Yaku Chonis's turnovers. I honestly just like think turnovers for young guards happen, and the fact that he still has like strongly positive assist to turnover numbers, like I think a lot of his turnovers are like handle and strength related, which is its own issue. And I think that's for sure an issue. Like the fact that he's not the most explosive or sturdy guy in the world, but like I think his passing is still incredibly high level, and that with pull-up shooting and enough downhill juice, like I just trust players as talented as him to improve in terms of like their handling turnovers and stuff. It's such a fixable thing that I really do think Yaku Chonis is going to be fine. And I don't think turnovers matter much when it comes to scouting like initiator prospects, especially in that case. They just don't matter much to me. Another double here. Who's the other 26 center I said? Firefish. Quaintance is 6'9", yeah, but just like he is the freakiest athlete ever and could be wingy. Who's the other center for 6'9" for 2025? 26 that I said. Who will translate better between Broom and Edey? I think Edey, definitely. I just think the size gives him such a floor there where I think Broom might struggle in that regard. Also, just beautiful snaking here by Peterson. It's not even snaking, though. Use the screen. Quick jail, but he's so explosive. Goes in with his left hand there. Yeah, Darryn at KU is going to be amazing. I would take Flory pretty high in this draft, but he's probably going to return, and that means we're going to get him with Darryn Peterson, which is absolutely going to be probably the most fun basketball that's ever been played. Good shot by dybantsa. Truly the most fun basketball that's ever been played. I don't think Brooklyn will or should be drafting for fit at all, to be honest. I feel like they're gonna go like exclusively just for upside and ceiling like that. Like, why would they not? But maybe. Oh, I don't think Moreno is 6'9". No, Moreno's definitely 6'11" or like 6'10". I think it'd be 6'10" or like 6'10 and a half or 6'11" without shoes. So no, he's definitely not that short. But yeah, Quaintance is that short. Also, the dybantsa movement shooting. Oh my God. I don't know. I think Flory really might stay. I could totally see it. Like I really could. He's getting no butts, which is crazy. Like he He should be a lottery pick, but he's not going to because nobody's talking about him. I am talking about him. I will try, but Peterson. Okay, turns it over here. What's the prognosis? Good rotation here by. It's just a great rotation here. Good read. Pass is maybe a little bit telegraphed. That's just a good. I don't know, maybe a little bit, but yeah. I mean, again, we see the double team rushing Darryn. I mean, they've had some success doing that to him in this game. He's obviously gotten a lot of good mileage out of those, but I mean, it's a good strategy, right? When you have an elite player, just send two guys at him, especially ones as athletic as dybantsa and Kiss and Rasmussen are solid athletes as well, and Falesi has been an excellent defender, but. I think Rocco declares this year. I don't know. Probably not. I would definitely take Rocco in like the late mid first. Like I just want him on the Hawks in the 20s so badly. But I could totally see a world where he stays. Would I trade Hallie for LaMelo? Probably not. No. I don't think so. Or maybe I would. No. Yeah, I think Bryant's a pretty legit prospect. He's been really impressive recently. I mean, he just doesn't get as many minutes because he's a freshman on like a team with a lot of players. Like it just kind of happens sometimes. Also, Peterson sizing up. The explosion to his size stuff is crazy. But yeah, I think he's legit. I mean, he uses his size so well, so imposing athletically, physically, can rebound, block shots, like score on the interior. I don't know exactly like what I think of Bryant's ceiling. I haven't thought as intently about him as a lot of other guys yet, and I need to watch more of him. But he does seem like a legit prospect just from like my initial like whatever I've seen. Yeah, Peterson is an ungodly shot maker. Yeah, this stream has been super fun. Anyways, again, thank you all for 10K subscribers. Really cool. I've been working for that for a while, and it's kind of crazy. I started this YouTube channel with no intention of actually getting followers and just using it as like a diary of sorts for my thoughts about the stuff I was watching. And then I'm like, oh, people actually like this, and it's been so fun since then. But anyways, thank y'all. Y'all are the best. Especially if you're a sicko in here this late hour, which for some reason is like when all of my streaming audience is on clearly, which works for my schedule. But anyways, back to the game. Dybantsa, like he really is just like that level of physical talent where he can just charge at the rim and put stuff up and generally will draw fouls and good things will happen. And of course that's going to become harder at the college and eventually NBA level, but he really just might be that kind of athlete anyways. All right, here's a really nice. So this is another like accurate. I just think like he's not that accurate of a passer all the time. This is again kind of a rainbow, but it was forced by a good double team. Again, I think it was probably the right read. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Peterson try some of these passes with Akazi sealing away a smaller defender. Like I think it's a worthwhile try at some points, but definitely is able to skip and Prolific ends up getting a drive out of it. But the handle here from Peterson, dribbling fast into traffic, backing out, and then making a play. But yeah, I think we've seen a couple, little technical passing issues. I just think that's the main playmaking problems with Darryn at this point. Just like the accuracy isn't always perfect. And sometimes against traps, he can make the wrong read, but not like a crazy concern, obviously. Relative to most like high school guards. That's going in, isn't it? Oh. But yeah, Utah prep up 4. Like I said, I don't remember. Thank you all. You guys are the best. Y'all are great. 100K next. I was on the phone with someone today talking about that, telling them that I got 10K and I had 10K and they're like, are you gonna get a plaque? And I'm like, 90K more for that. But oh my lord, is that a 4-point play? Jesus. Pistons Bulls game. That score is hilarious. I looked at the score at halftime and just like so funny. Is Miles Bird a top 10 prospect? Could be, honestly. He is really impressive. I think if you're a team that kind of just like isn't looking for as much ceiling and really needs like a complimentary wing, like Bird is that guy in this class. Like his defense is unreal, and he like unlike a lot of these, oh my god, AJ, unlike a lot of these like thigh bully types, he is legitimately a great offensive player. Like the movement shooting, the pick and roll passing, like whew, maybe a bump. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe, but Peterson just so quick, so strong, stops on a dime. Unbelievable. Where would I have Boozer, AJ, and Peterson in this class? I don't know. All behind Cooper, but like all in the same tier. Probably Cooper, Darryn, Boozer, AJ, or I don't know. That order. Or those four in that tier. It's the size of bucket. Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable. This is unreal. Do I see a chance for Donovan Dent to be drafted? I actually do, yeah. I just think passers with like guys with his level of like passing and driving, and he is like really strong and quick. I think he has like the size to maybe make up for it. So I don't know if he's ever going to be like a great prospect, but I think he could stick around in the NBA for a little bit as like a rotation guard. He is just really, really great in the pick and roll. He's manipulative. He's decisive. High field guy. Good job by Peterson there. Good pass. Let's go. I felt bad for Kobe White. I also feel bad for Kobe White. Free that man. Yeah, Bird's frame is definitely the issue, I would say, but he is still pretty young. I think he's only 20 right now, despite as a sophomore. So I definitely give him. I believe that he can. That he can say. I also like to say, which I think is interesting. Thiero's stats look better than CMB. Why is there not much Thiero hype? I think that's just like a good kind of offensive comparison point to me, where like Thiero to me is a very like one note offensive player. Like he's a really good like power driver. Like he can explode off the catch, he can drive, and he can dunk. Where I think Murray Boyles one is asked to do more, like higher usage, more creation load, and has a much better handle. I also think is probably stronger, and just his feel for the game is really next level. Or Murray Boyles to me that sets them apart. Just like the instincts, the awareness, like the court recognition. Where I just think Thiero is like a really impressive athlete, but doesn't have that like mental intelligence, like IQ feel side. And like Thiero definitely has some like good passing moments. I don't want to take that away, but Murray Boyles, I think, despite the high turnover numbers, which I think, again, I don't really worry about. What's up, Raps V? Thank you, Pistons, Jacob. Appreciate it. This game is electric. Holy shit. I think Utah Pro's going to win this game. Wow. They fouled Peterson. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm not going to count Darryn out at this point. Dybantsa on the double team. We haven't seen too much double teaming of Dybantsa in this game, which is interesting. Played a lot of one-on-one against him. Trusted their guys to kind of. I mean, we've definitely seen some, but I don't think it's been as much and as frequently as we saw the Darryn one in. Nice kick. Kiss for three. And yeah, I mean, wow. Valesi with the board again. Oh my goodness. But good job by Prolific forcing the ball out of AJ's hands. I feel like they haven't done that much in this game, or they have definitely done it, but beautiful. This is the shit. This is awesome. And yeah, you can see Peterson like just so good at generating leverage, right? He gets lower than you. He's like a defensive end going in an offensive lineman, right? He's rushing, he's knocking the Dybantsa off balance to the point where he has to foul. Like it's just awesome. No, I really don't know what's about to happen. I have not watched this game. I don't remember who wins. So many questions. Let me see. We're going to rank Edwards the prospect in a draft with Peterson and AJ are the clear top two. I think Harper and Edwards are the next two. I think Harper like a half tier above Edwards, and then Traore definitely the last of that group. Who's the best screener in this draft? Kalkbrenner is a nice screener. Broom sets some good screens. Not consistent, but every once in a while, Maluash will set a pretty ridiculous screen, even though that's very much not a consistent part of his game yet. Jojo Tugler can set some mean screens. I'm trying to think of who else. Yeah, I think Edwards over Harper is fair. I do just think the field concerns were really notable. And I think still are, honestly, for Ant, like to like high level stuff. Like some of the handling and feel stuff is improved, but I don't know like to the extent that it will. But I think Harper in terms of just like advantage creation and driving, I'd probably take Harper in that regard. And then defensively also, I think Harper is superior at the same stage. I mean, like, obviously I think Ant is great, but I am maybe a little lower on him than I don't know what consensus thinks of Ant. Peterson's ceiling doesn't have one. What do I think separates? Edwards definitely had better advantage creation tools, but just wasn't consistent. And of course, I mean, it made sense that he ended up becoming consistent at it. But I think Harper's still like really high level at it, but also just had like a different level of passing to capitalize on it. The passing was just a huge difference, which I value a lot. And I think that like gives Harper a thing. Okay, wait, let me watch this game. Utah, dybantsa. Oh, wow. Wow. He pulled that one. Oh, my goodness. What do I think separate elite driving point guards from good ones? I think the main thing is just like first step. First step is so important. So important. I think there's first step. I think size, like you see with Luka, obviously is a big one. And then just like pacing, just like the way that they can change speeds and directions and pick out angles and stuff like that. I don't know. I still think Ant's ceiling, just because of the playmaking, is probably like just I don't buy it as much as I think Harper can hit, but I think they're similar, especially at the time as being prospects. Tugler and Theo can't be the next Tari. I think Tari was a totally different level defender than both of those guys, to be honest. And then Tari just had this like unshakable like wiring too, where he's so like confident and aggressive. Tari's hands are just so special. Yeah, I think Tari. I don't know. I think Tari is kind of like a tick above as like a defense specialist without as much offense. And Tari, I think, was more of a creator than those guys and flashed more stuff, even if they weren't like as efficient. Okay, that's Peterson. Oh, that's going in. Oh my goodness! Of course it went in. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is just a great counter, right? Like they are playing this so hard. They're building a fucking wall, and Peterson's like, I'm just gonna go the other way. I'm just gonna bounce off. Great pass right there. And Peterson does the rest by himself, man. I mean, that's why he's one of the greatest, like the greatest prospects we've seen in a minute. Okay, but Utah Prep has time. Based on the length of this YouTube video, I assume it's not going to go to overtime. Oh, with 0.2. Okay, never mind. Wow. Wow. That was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh my God. I think Harper's a significantly better college defender than Anthony Edwards was. I think you can think he's a different like level of prospect, but I think Harper is like a very high feel, smart defender with great tools. Not a playmaker though. I do agree, which is certainly concerning. But I think, it's kind of like an opposite problem of Edwards with when it comes to like the playmaking versus like the play to play consistency. But anyways, that game was unbelievable. That was so sick. I want to watch back that game winner. That was incredible. Okay, yeah. I mean, look, they're just like playing him so hard that the play before gets tipped out. Yeah, this is a good on the fly adjustment. Shout out to the players for that. And then yeah, you can't jump. Cannot jump it, Darren. It looks like Mandiquid is pissed at. Yeah, I mean that is true. Like no reason to stay back if you're any of these defenders, right? Because like no one else is really a threat. And I guess Peterson can definitely pass it inside, but I feel like you kind of stop Peterson. Anyways, wow. That's crazy. I think we need to see that consistency from Ant, but I do think it's possible. We have seen him do it. But I think this year has definitely been a little bit of a step back. Situation obviously matters, though. As a Wizards fan, I still think Coop is I think Coop is the best prospect in the world still. I would choose Coop over anyone. Given like the dominance he's shown at the college level, like I expect these guys are going to do the same. But we have to see it. Anyways, getting kind of late here, but thank you all for hanging out and watching this game. That was awesome. Those guys were so good. But yeah, let me know if you have any last questions or thoughts to get off. But yeah, I'm going to be doing more videos for sure. Let me know what you guys want to see content-wise as well. I can try to make videos like those. I agree the passing with Ant is improving. Yeah, definitely. I still don't think it's the ceiling is close to as high as Harper's, but I do think it has improved a lot. And Nasrid is also goated. Nasrid is super goated. Peterson could be Shea level. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think as much as you can say about any high school player, right? That it seems at this moment that the ceiling is astronomically high. I think it's a Tatum level. Interesting. Maybe. I don't know. I'd be kind of surprised if it got to that high level. I think Tatum started at a pretty significantly higher baseline. Yeah, I don't know. I would be surprised if it got that good. But if it did get that good, then I would agree with you that his ceiling is higher. Ideal fits for the top 5 prospects. I don't know. Cooper can go anywhere. I don't really care, but I would like to see him go somewhere fun like New Orleans. Harper. Murphy leave. I could do a Murphy video. Yeah, that could be good. Actually, that's actually true. I've basically watched none of the Pelicans this year, which I don't blame myself at all for. But Murphy in like the stat and the clip looking that I've done looks like he's improving. Best Hawks fit. If they could find a way to get Maluach, especially because he has the Kyle Korver connection, that would be incredible. Do I think these 3 have the potentially better than Cooper? Absolutely. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think it is absolutely possible. I think they're all in a similar-ish tier, and it would not shock me if any of the 4 were the best of the bunch. I think they're all fantastic. But anyways, have a good night, everyone. Thanks, and make sure to subscribe, like, comment on the videos. See y'all.